بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وبعد. قال الشيخ العلامة المنقح علاء الدين المرداوي الحنبلي تغمده الله برحمته وأسكنه فسيح جنته ونفعنا به وبعلومه وعلوم مشايخنا في الدارين آمين. قال ابن مفلح: الأول ممنوع ولا يلزم من ثبوت شيء للواحد ثبوته للجملة، فإن الواحد جزء العشرة وليست جزءا منه. والمعلوم الواحد متناه والمعلوم الواحد متناه لا معلومات الله. طيب الأول ممنوع. We read some شبه. The first one: تباينهم يمنع اجتماعهم على خبر كاجتماعهم على حب طعام واحد. Their differences prevent them from agreeing on one report, the same way that difference in their tastes prevents them from agreeing on one food. فhe says ممنوع. What is ممنوع? Give me evidence. يعني I will say the opposite of what you said. Show me evidence. Their differences does not necessarily. So this is the response. This is the actual response. Their differences does not necessarily prevent them from agreeing on one report. It's also the difference in their tastes does not necessarily prevent them from agreeing on one food. And if you want to say otherwise, show me evidence. ممنوع أمنع. I want you to provide me with evidence for the validity of what you said, because I have just explained the invalidity of it and the possibility of the opposite of it. Yes. The second شبهة was الجملة مركبة من واحد ويمكن كذبه فكذا هي. This is how I explained it earlier. التواتر, the report of more than one person. But this is a combination. Yes. Every individual can lie. So his statement can be a lie. So the statements can be a lie. Yes. He says ولا يلزم من ثبوت شيء للواحد ثبوته للجملة. What does this mean? If we allow the possibility that the statement of every individual is a lie, this does not necessarily make us or oblige us to confirm that the statement of the group is a lie. Because what is confirmed, or what is confirmed for the one, ما يثبت للواحد, what is confirmed for the individual, for the one, does not necessarily get confirmed for the combination. Because the individual is a part of the group, of the combination. The combination is not a part of the individual. جميل. طيب and he says والمعلوم الواحد متناه لا معلومات الله. المعلوم الواحد متناه لا معلومات الله. I think الواحد جزء العشرة وليس جزءا منه, and the concept that we've just explained, the one is the part of the 10 and the 10 is not the part of the one. So what is confirmed for the individual is not necessarily confirmed for the combination. I think this was enough. This was enough. But now he is giving another example. We need to explain this example. This is what it means. We know Allah. Allah is known. And He is one. Does Allah, the known thing, does He have an end? Does anything restrict Him? We know Him. He is known. Cannot be restricted. No borders. No end. Yeah. Everything in the world other than Allah, known by Allah. All this information, all this knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala possesses, they have an end. They are restricted. There are borders for them. Yes. Yes. Anyway, we can leave this example. It's not a good thing to keep discussing examples. We can leave this example, but I explained it as it is here. And we've already made the point. It's fine. Then he says, واجتماع المتواترين فرض محال. This is what I said. The assumption that there are two contradictory mutawatir reports is an impossible assumption. It's impossible to say that they are mutawatir yet they are contradictory. It's either mutawatir or contradictory. Yani it's either this or that. You can't assume both in the same mas'ala. And when they talked about the reports of Ahl al-Kitab, that these reports of Ahl al-Kitab that reached the level of التواتر, he said, وأخبار أهل الكتاب فيما ذكروه لم تتواتر. The reports of Ahl al-Kitab didn't reach the level of التواتر. والقاطع يقابله. القاطع يقابله، يعني الدليل القاطع. The certain evidence opposes this claim. You think that you think that their reports are متواتر. We have certain evidence, but this is only for the believer. يعني certain evidence for the believer. Yes, we have certain evidence that it didn't reach the level of التواتر. I think my response would be show us the تواتر. يعني show us the أسانيد. Show us the evidence. And they wouldn't be able. So where is it تواتر that you claim? Then he said ولا نسلم أن الضروري لا يتفاوت. You remember when we said لأن الضروري لا يختلف ولا يخالف. So necessities do not change. صح? Do not change means do not have different levels, different degrees. He says we do not submit to this يعني idea that necessary certainty or certainty does not have different levels or does not have different degrees. ولا يلزم منه أنه لا يفيد العلم. ولا يلزم من التفاوت أنه لا يفيد العلم. يعني the fact that we have degrees of certainties or ranks or levels of certainty, this does not necessarily, or this does not necessitate that it does not benefit certainty. Yes, and if we have degrees, this does not necessitate that it does not benefit certainty. Basically, because the way we define certainty allows us to do so. This is my addition here. You have to consider the way we define certainty in the first place. ثم للاستئناس والمخالفة عناد كما حكي عن بعض السفسطائية. And then he mentions السفسطائي. Any discussion on السفسطائية will be in the next dars, and we will have to read a lot on السفسطائية, and it will be a very good dars that should be shared with everyone actually. يعني the dars on السفسطائية, this should be a dars that you give to anyone, to the extent that I'm thinking about telling you to put it on YouTube for people to see that this was a part of a like a course or something, and it's at the same time it is something for you people to watch on YouTube or so. يعني so maybe you will stop being sophists or so. Here we have ثم للاستئناس والمخالفة عناد. كما حكي عن بعض السفسطائية. Let's start next dars with this part actually. I was thinking about whether I read it in this dars or I read this part in this dars and start قال ابن عقيل أصحاب صفوسطى, so in the next dars. But I think that we should read ثم للاستئناس والمخالفة عناد كما حكي عن بعض الصفوسطية in the next dars. We should read this part in the next dars and then we discuss الصفوسطية. But let's try to make sure that we covered everything here. So all the things that we've read, all the shubah, the evidence of the opponents that we read on page 1765, all these things has responses, yes, on page 1766. And I believe that this is a part of the previous one, but I had to make them two separate videos for technical reasons that I mentioned. Yes. So نعم. I think we will read this part next time because it's better to be read next time, inshallah. So next part, next time we will read from ثم للاستئناس والمخالفة عناد كما حكي عن بعض الصفوسطية, and this will introduce us to the sophists. والله تعالى أعلى وأعلم, وصلي اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم, والحمد لله رب العالمين.